Hi, this is Sarah, and she is a junior studying in elementary education. And for her video log, she chose to interview and have experiences with an individual who is a raw vegan. They come from very similar backgrounds because they are from like the same town and they came from the same high school. So the only big difference was that he was a vegan. And so in the United States, weight has become a huge epidemic because 1 in 3 people are overweight. And so with Sarah's assignment, she was able to try to understand and even try out some raw vegan foods. So her individual, she took him to a steakhouse and she was able to get him to actually crave the steak. But with his restraint, he was able to withhold himself to only eat the salad. And he chooses to do this because he really intrinsically is motivated to be healthy, and by being healthy he thinks he's going to be more happy, and this kind of like really helps us because of the weight epidemic. So yep.
Hi, this is Melissa, and she is studying, well, she's a senior and she's studying bioscience. And her thought process during these cultural video logs was to analyze the different cultures and aspects of her 3 Asian female friends who are a part of her sorority. And there are many types of cultures within the Asian community, and Melissa wanted to prove to people that they were not everyone's the same, and that's why she chose 3 different girls one was Vietnamese, Chinese, and then Filipino. And she was able to understand that along with language, religion, and culture, there were some similarities that she found, and one of them was that their motivation to learn was because of their families. And so then Melissa took her Chinese friend to her church, and it was a different experience because her Chinese friend was taken aback because when they did worship and they sang, she felt very uncomfortable at first, but then she got the hang of it and she was able to clap and sway along to the music.
So with our projects, we were able to understand and find interesting facts about how, even though with Sarah's individual, they were raised in the same backgrounds and the same culture, with his one choice of becoming a raw vegan, he was able to learn that we were able to understand that his choice is when he was growing up. And this is applicable to Sarah's situation because she chose the route to not be a raw vegan, where he chose to be a raw vegan. And their lives are very different because of that. And that enables us to be, this kind of enables us to have a broader aspect in our society of raw vegans versus people who are not vegan or raw vegans. And that gives us more ideas in order to become healthier in our society with using organic foods or eating or living a better, healthier lifestyle.
This was interesting because, people in this society tend to group all Asian people together, and I think that's a big misconception that most people have. But Melissa was able to show us that each individual was different in their own way, and that you really can't just group all Asians together because they're each individually different from person to person. And the similarities that we had with our interviews was that we both decided to work with people of similar backgrounds of ourselves, but they, for me, mine had a different eating lifestyle, and for her, they were all Asian, but when you got down smaller, you had one that was Vietnamese, one that was Chinese, and one that was Filipino.
And I was mom.
Yeah.
And then for the differences, we really thought about, so Sarah really chose like the lifestyle difference where you change as you grow up. So you guys grow up together, but then with each other's your decisions, you change different routes, and that really controls, like this really sees how when you grow up as an adult, you get to control your lifestyle. And then with mine, it was more of how we were raised in different cultures. So like our parents and people who raised us really chose like how we would look upon the world and like our lifestyles as a whole. So those were the differences of our assignments, and
That's it.
that's it. Yay!
End of it.